Good afternoon, everyone. Jonathan Davis here with Davis Autosports. Excited to offer you guys a gorgeous 2007 Jeep Wrangler JK. 118,000 original and documented miles. Extremely well serviced Jeep. And a lot of high-end tasteful upgrades. Nothing overdone. Gorgeous, gorgeous Jeep. This is a factory Sahara Jeep. Obviously hardtop. We'll go over all these upgrades and as well as some of the more recent services. This is a complete turnkey Jeep in all aspects. So we'll start off with the actual body and paint itself and move on to some of the upgrades. Being a Sahara does come with the factory painted flares. However, they did show some basic wear, a little bit of fading, really just on two of them. So what we went ahead and did is remove the fenders, completely prepped them and resprayed them. So they look absolutely perfect as they should because they all have brand new paint on them. The rest of the body, we did our full paint correction service on this Jeep. That's about a 5-day service on a Jeep this size. Essentially, I'll walk you through a particular panel of what we would do, and we did this to the entire Jeep. So first we wash it, we clay bar it to get all the major contaminants off. We then start off with either a 1500 grit or a 2000 grit sandpaper based on that particular panel, if there's scratches or just swirl marks, and then from there work our way up to a 3000 grit, and that gets done to every square inch of every piece of paint on this Jeep, pillars, everything. So very, very tedious. And doing that, all the moldings have to get taped off so that none of the sandpaper hits it, none of the buffing wheels. So once we do all the sanding, from there we use 3M compound with a wool pad and wool buffer, and we buff all that, which takes a long time. Once that's done, the wool pad leaves swirl marks in there as it should. That's the first stage. Then we use a softer foam pad and a first stage polish, and we polish everything with a high-speed buffer, orbital, DA, mix of all those. And then it gets a softer pad and then a finer polish, and it gets polished, and then a seal. So extremely tedious, and that's a common practice that we do on a majority of our vehicles. And the end result, you won't find too many '07 Wranglers out there that look like this. It has to start off in good condition, and then we make it in even better condition. So we are shooting this in 4K, so make sure you watch that. Another thing that we did is on all of these JK, especially the early models, and if you own these, you're familiar with it, these brackets, because of the casting, the paint starts to flake off, and it's not rust, it's just the casting. So we actually repainted the brackets, and that's just a common thing on JKs. So those are all been freshly painted as well, so you won't have any issues in the future with that. Super nice paint on all the fender flares. The previous owner took really good care of this thing. Beautiful metallic pearl in that paint as well. But the body itself is in excellent condition. Now, as nice as this Jeep is, it is used, so you're gonna have to please expect, some very minor, wear and tear, but no damage. Really looks like a 40,000 mile Jeep. It's that nice. If you look at how straight the body is, it's a really, really nice Jeep. So up front, upgraded Rubicon Hard Rock bumper with the upgraded Jeep LED fog lights as well. That's a Warren 9.5 CTI winch. That's about a $1,500 winch. Extremely nice winch right there. High-end Warren winch. An absolutely beautiful set of black Rhino wheels. Two-tone, gorgeous color. Almost a Nagaro gray color with the black accent. Those are like $400 wheels. Gorgeous, gorgeous wheels sitting on Yokohama 35, 12 and a half, 17 tires. This was all installed about 4 months ago. You have brand new rotors and pads all the way around the Jeep. It is a Rubicon lift as well. Pro Comp reservoir shocks all the way around. Fox steering stabilizer up front. 1-ton steering, upgraded track bar. Rigid industry lighting. I mean, these wheels are just gorgeous. Really sharp wheels. Moving on to the back, full size tire carrier, full size spare I meant on the tire carrier. Poison Spider bumper. Last time we put one of these on, I think these bumpers they were nearing like $1,800. Really nice setup back here. The way the hinge system works in this thing. As you look, all grade 10 hardware throughout. Really top of the line stuff right here. Really, really, really nice stuff. Just recently, within the last, I believe, 1,000 or 2,000 miles, new upper and lower ball joints, new catalytic converter. The exhaust system has also been upgraded as well. So just a really, really nice Jeep. Low miles for this year, 118,000 miles. Nice hard top. Jeep has eyeballs. It looks like a really, really pretty Jeep. You don't see that wheel too often out there. So really nice setup. Clean, obviously modified. Doesn't look too modified or overdone. Just a super nice rig. So the inside, I've been personally going back and forth on the inside of this Jeep, and to keep the cost down, we opted to do what I wanted to do. So if you guys follow us on our XJs, we typically we redo our seats all the time on our XJs with our in-house seating that we do, and we offer this brown sort of baseball glove color on our leather options, and I think with this green paint it would just look absolutely amazing. This material on these JKs, it's easy to stain and it's hard to get out. So obviously it's a 07, it's going to have some staining. It's not hateful, but it's just, you know, for what we try to accomplish with our Jeeps, it's something that I would want to do, and more so on the driver's seat, and I'm going to show you that here in a moment. Also, full disclosure, the door panels do not look brand new. There's a little bit of nicks and gashings here and there on both the plastic pieces and the actual painted part as well. That's just the way it's going to be. That's what it is on this Jeep, unfortunately. But super nice Jeep, and it's priced right. But if you look at these seats, and we can shampoo them, and we did a light cleanup on them, but the reason we didn't spend too much time on steaming them is most of our buyers, when we suggest leather seats and stuff like that, they go, yep, let's go ahead and do it. So we're not going to spend a ton of time on these if someone wants us to replace them, or I should say rewrap them, so this material would all come off and we would put our own custom set of seat skins on here, any color of your choice. If you decide to keep these, then we will proceed with steaming these and everything else to make them that much nicer. So I mean, overall for a 07 Wrangler, most of these things are ratted out. This thing, actually, the material's in good condition, and I'm just sort of picky about things, so just wanted to be completely open about that. If you look at that door panel too, there's some scuffing. Now that can get sanded down. It is sort of textured though, so if you sand it down, it's going to flatten the texture, so there's really not a whole lot you can do. That panel is replaceable, but for someone looking for a nice JK that's done up respectfully, that isn't going to break the bank, this is the sort of stuff that you're going to have to deal with. Take the doors off, you're never going to see that. It is what it is sort of thing. Typically, We don't sell stuff that has any wear like that, but in the grand scheme of this Jeep, with how good it looks, the nice stuff it has on it, how well it drives, the price point that it's going to be, some things just can't always be perfect. So this door panel is pretty bad. I think it was stored. This isn't from anything coming in and out of the Jeep. The door was off, and I think wherever it was stored, that's what happened to it. So full disclosure on that for you guys. Nice rubber mats, carpets underneath are really clean, and the material, like I said, is in good condition, but this stuff just has a tendency to keep those stains in there. And this seat right here has a split in it, so we have two options. If we replace them with leather, then that takes care of that. And if you want to buy this Jeep the way this is, what we're going to do here is actually stitch this all the way shut and stitch that shut. But once again, we didn't want to spend time on doing that if whoever buys it is going to want us to replace that. And that's just from sliding in and out. It happens on a lot of these early model JKs. Nice upgraded sound system throughout. So the whole system's been upgraded. I'll go ahead and pop the hood and show you guys that, and then we'll take this thing on a quick test drive. So in addition to the recent services that I told you guys about with the upper and lower ball joints, new catalytic converter, all new brakes all the way around, this thing recently just got an oil pan gasket. There's no leaks coming from any differentials, transmission, transfer case. This thing has been serviced top to bottom, and we have the service history as well. So since day one, it's been extremely well serviced and maintained, which we do have all the records for. And it's pretty rare to find a JK like this with this nice equipment that's going to be at this price point, being that it's an early model JK. But man, it's a super nice Jeep. It's truly turnkey. There's nothing that you're going to have to do when you buy this thing. AC works good. I mean, everything's been tested. Everything works as it should. We do have some gear that I didn't show you guys in the back cargo, where the factory sort of storage is. There's the factory hooks for the factory front bumper are back there, lug nut key, extra lugs, the center cap for the fifth wheel, and it's just loose back there inside the cargo compartment, so you may hear some banging as we're driving down the road. And that's all that is. Let me go ahead and throw my seatbelt on. Nice Sony head unit, Bluetooth obviously, USB port that's hardwired into the back, so you put your phone in there, play music while it's charging and all that good stuff. Jeep drives really, really well, tracks perfectly going down the road. Transmission's very smooth. This road that we're on, it's a really common logging road. A lot of semi trucks. You'll see in this video that we'll probably pass a majority of semis that travel this road. So there's a lot of crowns in this road from the semis, and it's a good road to sort of test how a vehicle tracks, and this thing tracks perfect. Go ahead and give it a hard acceleration going up the hill. Show you that the engine and transmission function as they should. Come off of the gas, nice smooth shift. Make a full U-turn here. Do a decent acceleration on the way back. Power steering components function as they should. As you see, perfect shifts, no issues whatsoever. $118,587 on the miles. This Jeep won't be used as a demo Jeep or anything like that, so the mileage will stay within 10 or 15 of that for the most part. So that's it, guys. If y'all have any questions, feel free to contact us, jd@davisautosports.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure to go to our website, Davis, D-A-V-I-S, Auto, A-U-T-O, Sports, with an S on the end of sports.com. So you can get the price, additional pictures. We only use YouTube to host our video, so we'll have a lot more information on our website. If you have any questions about the Jeep, please don't ask us through the comment section. We don't check comments for questions. We check emails and phone calls. So that's it. Thanks for viewing. Have a good day.